So, is this a safe distance? Hi, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here, and I'm really humbled to be with all the wonderful speakers. And actually, the last speaker just gave a great, push for my talk, so thank you so much for that. I want to start. The topic of my talk for today is education is broken. Is there a solution? But I want to start with something completely different. I want to start with a short, guided imagination exercise. So I ask you all to please close your eyes, sit comfortably in your chairs. You can put down the notebooks, the bags, whatever you have. Let's take 2 deep breaths together. Now, we are in the year 2050. And each one of us, each one of you, is standing in front of a school. Now, this school could be the school that you are studying at, a school that you know, or it could be something completely different. But remember, you are in 2050. You enter the school gate. What do you see? Is there a building? Are there children there? Are there teachers there? What's going on in these schools? Just let your mind go free. Then you see a classroom. What a classroom would look like in 2050. Is there a building? Maybe it's a whole spaceship kind of a classroom. Maybe it's a tent. Maybe it's outside. What does it look like? And you enter this classroom, and you see children, you see students, you see teachers. Are there teachers? How are they teaching? Are they standing in front of a whiteboard, pouring knowledge into their children's, into the student's mind? Or maybe they're doing something completely different. Try to visualize it. Give yourself 30 seconds to see as many details as possible. Now let's open our eyes and go back to 2015. And I want to tell you why I think, and I'm sure many of you will agree with me, that education now is broken. The education system globally, in India, in Israel, in the US, in Nepal, everywhere, it's broken. And we need to think about a new paradigm. It's not working. Okay, thank you. So that's actually me standing in front of a school in the Philippines where you actually see the school is literally broken. Okay? Oh. And that's a trip I did with Mr. Kemka and with Urvashi to Nepal, to the earthquake-affected area, and we see the school is literally broken. Nothing is left. It's all in rubble. This is a high school in South Korea. I don't know if some of you remember the terrible ferry disaster where 300 high school students drowned in a terrible mistake. That's the entrance to the school, and it says it's not your fault, because what happened after this terrible accident is that there was a wave, a trend of suicide, of teachers, student survivors, parents. A lot of suicide cases was there. But this is physically, literally broken schools that was devastated by different disasters. But I want to show you that not only these schools who went through disasters are broken, but our whole education system. And why is that? So if this shape, this sort of round, weird shape, represent the world of knowledge, and in this shape, we have everything, music, arts, technology, computer science, math, English, whatever. This is the world of knowledge. And each person has his own area of strength. I love playing guitar, I love drama. Other kids love soccer, other kids love computer science. But this small box actually represents the knowledge that is being taught in the traditional, in the government, in the public school system all over the world. And not only that that's what it's teaching, it tried to push all the individuals into this box. And as you can see, the box becomes very, very crowded. And you know what? When you think about it, the box is actually a pyramid. And why is it a pyramid? Because you have the excellent students, you have the mid-level students, and you have the weak students. And that's, again, all over the world in public school system. And what happens is that we're living now in a universe of pyramids. And this pyramid paradigm is not only for the school system, it also reflects on all parts of society. The way it works is that we receive the knowledge from above, and it passing down. And this is the pyramid paradigm, and this is how we all still live. Of course, we have special schools, we have special education, we have innovation, but generally speaking, this is how it works. Now, adding to this pyramid paradigm that is still there in most places, we have technology, we have innovation, and we have a tsunami of innovation that's coming and could be, and we're seeing that in many parts of society, could be easily turned into disruptive innovation, meaning that a lot of people are losing their job. Take a company like Kodak. We already had, we always used to have, I don't know if you still remember that, but before digital camera, we used to print our photos. Think about how many people lost their jobs because we don't need any more printed photos. So the goal of democratic education, and this is what I'm going to talk about, is to change this paradigm. To change the paradigm where there's one teacher that passes knowledge down, and we use the uniqueness and the areas of strength. And one of the most important people, and I don't know if any of you heard of him, is Sir Ken Robinson. If not, I really encourage you to Google him and to read his books. If I can sum up his theory into one sentence, he would say that each student, each one of us, has his area of strength, and the role of the educators is to help students, is to help individuals develop their areas of strength. Why? Why it's so important to help students develop the areas of strength. And now we're moving from education 1.0, which is the pyramid paradigm, to education 2.0, which is what we're trying to do in Israel in education cities. So again, if this is a pyramid classroom where the teacher is the person who has all the knowledge and he tries to pass down the knowledge to the students. But you see, if the teacher is blue and his goal is to pass down all the knowledge, then think about it. It's kind of an absurd. We want everyone to be like the teacher. What we're trying to do is a network classroom, is understanding the uniqueness of each person and help them develop it. After we help them develop it, we can then start to exchange knowledge. We can then start to exchange know-how through using our areas of strength. So this is a network classroom. Think about it, what it would look like if each one of you, if I will be able to teach you guitar because that's what I'm good at, but I'll be able to learn from you math because that's what you're good at. And if all the students will become teachers. So in Israel, in education cities, we developed the model called Education 2.0 Team. And it's a very, very simple model. There's only two rules. One, all the students are also teachers. And two, the group or the classroom for that sense has a common goal. For instance, a common goal could be, very tangible is the goal to make sure that the average grade of the classroom rises from A to A+ by the end of the year. What we're doing is actually helping the teacher become a facilitator. So the role of the traditional teacher, instead of passing the know-how top-bottom, is to actually help each student become a teacher and teach other students through his area of strength. And now, in education cities, we're trying to take it also to the next level. So not only in the classroom, but also looking into the city as a whole school, and how we can make these interactions and these learning processes, and how people who are good in cooking in one part of the city could teach other people cooking while learning sports from other part of the city, and make all this really interesting interaction. And we're working with a lot of technology companies that are doing a lot of mapping systems, etc., to help us map different cities and different educational activities that are happening in these cities, and then people could learn from each other. Now I want to talk to you about a new thing that everybody heard about, MOOC. MOOC. So MOOC, for those of you who don't know, it's a massive open online course. And that's, you have companies like Coursera, you have companies like Khan Academy who are doing that, and that's a trend that in 2014 was 15 million, but the estimation is that by 2020, 1 billion people will use MOOC. So this is the new big thing in education, okay? But what is MOOC mostly about? Individuals studying with their laptop, with their iPad, with their iPhone, each one in his own space. One of the biggest problems with MOOC today is that an average of 4% actually finishes the courses. And a lot of people started. I personally myself started maybe 50 different MOOCs. I hardly finished one, okay? So different MOOC companies came up with this idea of meetup. What is meetup? Meetup is, you team up to some people who are studying the same MOOC, and you exchange the knowledge with them in different places. It could be in the library, it could be in a club, in different places. And then the percentage went up to 30. In education cities, we want to take it to the next level, and we invented a new profession called the MOOCster. What is the MOOCster? Again, a facilitator. So going back to the education team model, where the role of the teacher is actually to facilitate the know-how, the MOOCster is doing exactly the same. His role is to get these people together, to help each of the students to use their area of strength and to help them teach others. And we just did this educational experiment in Israel with 1,000 students last year, and the success rate was 83.5. Thank you. This is our website, and in the Wired magazine, this story of the success of the MOOCsters and what we call the MOOC Hub was featured in Wired. And two last things before I finish. First, we talked about big ideas, but we're really talking now with Shiv and with Gori about starting a pilot in India and in Nepal with schools that will use this methodology. And again, this methodology was used in Israel, but we will build, using these models, we will build new methodologies here with tGELF team, and we're really excited about this pilot that hopefully will start in the next few months. Second thing, I want you all to remember when you're studying now, when you're thinking about doing a lot of innovative things, remember something very, very philosophical. Education is cool. Thank you very much.
tGELF, leading the change.